Good morning, everyone, or afternoon. I think it's afternoon. Of course, this depends where you are. But good day to you all. It's such a pleasure to spend time with you. Unfortunately, I had 2 weeks off, and I was going to come in and record a lot. I got so busy, I didn't even do it. So I apologize wholeheartedly here that I wasn't able to get to you. I want to put up that video that we did on the spirituality on the class, so it's in the process of working. And so appreciate all the good questions and everything, and I hope you all are doing well. I know some of you are working for your health pretty hard. Don't let that stop you ever. Don't let anything stop you to gain your health back and to gain your joy back too. This is tough times to do that in. And I think it's important that these times represent that. These times represent or are here to allow you to let go. You ever notice that right now it's all about letting go? And just let everything go. It doesn't matter anymore. The only one thing that matters is you. Always you. Not from an egotistical viewpoint. From the beauty and the God part. That's you. You're the only thing. Your world. You only experience your world. You pull in different scenes and different other souls into your world and play, but it's still only you. So take that time and spend it alone and get a hold of yourself and enjoy yourself and be happy and enjoy it, even though the body might be hurting. But you keep working on that, okay? Now, we're here to help you. We're not going anywhere, hopefully, and we're here to help you. Something going up there now, and it's from Karen. Karen, listen, sweetheart, I'm sorry about that. You put up here, glycerin tinctures are $34.50. They're not $34.50. They're $44 or $42, sweetheart. This was your discount. They last twice as long as the other ones, though. These aren't just glycerin formulas. These aren't just your glycerin that you get off the shelf. These aren't just glycerin formulas. These are a whole different ball game. These are infused glycerins. These are totally different. And so they're more. Look at Richard Schultz. Richard Schultz's alcohol tinctures, which mine are better. I'm telling you, Richard says power, but his is old Dr. Schultz's or Dr. Christopher's formulas, same old formulas, and but they're $28 and $32 just for an alcohol tincture. These are infused glycerin. This is at another level of thinking. This isn't just a regular glycerin formula. I would never make a glycerin formula. That's a waste of money. These are an infused glycerin, so it's a much different thing. You know, it's too bad you had to post all this all over there because it's just too bad. It's too bad that you have to complain because we gave you a big discount and you've been helped quite a bit here. So I don't get it. I don't get it. But buy the alcohol ones then. But sorry that you had to have that experience. These glycerins, I already told you guys, are expensive, but they last twice as long. And when you compare them, you save about $6 every month over the alcohol tinctures. But I don't know what to tell you. That's just how we had to price structure that for now. Now, maybe in the future, as we get bigger and use more, they'll discount it to us more, and then we'll do it. But we have to buy in smaller lots, and that costs more when you buy in smaller lots. So, sorry, Karen, that you had that problem. Too bad you had to waste your energy posting all that crap online because we're always here to help you. And we're always here to help everybody, and that's all we can do. So sorry that you had that problem, but these tinctures are great, these glycerins, but they're expensive. But they're cheaper than the alcohol when you're using them like we are. When we use them for 4 or 5 months, they're cheaper over that time period. Per bottle they're not, but this glycerin bottle lasts twice as long as the alcohol bottle. So because you only need a half a dropper full, remember that. So I don't know what to tell you. These are infused glycerins at 2-ounce bottles. So I don't know what to say about it. They are what they are. And sad when I see people we're helping, and I know she's hurting bad, that Karen is sad that you have to go to all that trouble when you just call up here. We're not your enemy. We're your friends. We're trying to build a very strong bond with all of us so we can help people. This isn't about people ripping people off, so I'm insulted if you even say that. I was going to talk to someone. Asked me here a question Oh, here it is. And this is from Paula. And Paula, you said, I'm not sure if you have addressed this on the YouTube before, but we are having a real problem here in North Carolina, which is too bad because North Carolina was one of the few states that licensed naturopaths from the North Carolina Board of Dietetics and Nutrition. All right. In fact, there is a bill in the House right now, House Bill 676, to repeal this. Good. Board because of its repressive tactics. And you know what? This is the problem. This is why the IRS is right now in Congress. Wait till if we can open up what the IRS is doing to the private sector. Not just what they did to those like me, the Tea Party people, who already know they're misapplying the tax law. There's another reason this is going on. People don't realize that half the Tea Party people are people like me who sued them in court, who found corruption in the federal judicial system, and now we're going to get voted in and we're going after them. And that's what's happening. And the IRS is not going to stop this. This is criminal, and it gets worse. The IRS gets unbelievable, and you can't keep treating other humans like this. Same with these boards and these egotistical medical boards and an egotistical dietitian board. These guys are nuts from the get-go. They don't know anything about health. So it's sad that you're putting up with that sort of thing. And this is what I was saying to you guys. The health club is a much safer place to live. And if we're forming it, we're getting it almost done. It'll help you to see why. If we all belong to a health club, and you have a branch of this health club, you're a lot safer because you're not working on. I'll say this. You've got to get rid of the word diseases, but we get rid of that word anyway. That's a word people wear like a ball and chain. That's a word that means absolutely nothing, honey. That word is the illusion of the century, which has cost and trapped man like nobody's business. It's illusionary completely. And then there's the word nutrition. Dump the word nutrition. They start using the word health, we can go after them for using the word health because there's nothing about what they do that's healthy. So, but nutrition, can't use the word. And that's too bad because there's nothing nutrition about the American Dietetics Association. They can be called up in a court of law, put on the stand, and made idiots of because they're stupid. They don't know anything about health. They're part of the problem, not part of the solution. So I feel sorry for you guys there. All I can say is that hopefully we can get a nice group of attorneys that can sue the state for deprivation of rights. You know, I don't care what state statutes are. When you're part of the America, one of the 50 states, you signed on under the big Constitution too, and that's deprivation of rights to not allow you to practice. Again, though, you want to stay away from nutrition. Not a good word, you know, because what is nutrition? No one knows. You know, yeah, we pop some green juices. Nutrition to you guys, it is a level so much higher than it is to other people. They don't even know. To one guy that I know, nutrition is a suitcase full of supplements. So, yes, and I'm just saying, I hope there's some eagles out there because we are going to have to stand up for our rights, no matter what country you live in, and stand up for the God right of everybody to eat what they want, to get the herbs that grow naturally and use for their health. We need to stand up for those rights. And it's going to happen if, you know, remember karma. So the whip of the dragon's tail is coming back on them, and you're going to see this around the world. All these people that thought they were so great and control others, the whip of the tail, snap them. And that's what's going on with the IRS. And I think this is going to open up their whole ideology, which is strong arm, beat them, steal everything they have. Yeah. Well, they spent about 10 years in jail like they sent a lot of people. They sent a medical doctor, gave him 10 years. And he wrote me a lot from prison. He was a medical doctor. And I was fighting the IRS in court, and he says, "Oh, I love your briefs." He said, now I'm beginning to understand more. And he was now getting the judge to listen to him. But they sent him to jail for 10 years for standing up for truth. Medical doctor. And then they were after some other medical doctors down here, which learned about the law. The problem is they were wealthy enough to get good attorneys, and I don't think that case ever did go to court because the attorneys were so good. I love good attorneys. There's so many bad ones out there. Currently, unless you're licensed as a dietitian through the North Carolina Board, you cannot practice nutritional counseling. I know, and dump the word nutritional counseling. I used that word for years, but now we have the American Dietetics coming in, just like the medical doctors, same kind of consciousness, same kind of ideology, same kind of thing. No one does but us. We're the ones. We got a license by the state. That means nothing. We've got rights out there, and what happened is states and governments forgot about rights, and they started substituting the word privileges. So it's a privilege for you to practice. No, it's not, Mr. States. Mr. States, it's the right of every citizen in the 50 states, not about in all your countries, but to practice and make a living. And this is what we have to stand up for. Isn't it sad? But it's just a misdemeanor. It's a felony in Florida to practice naturopathy. Well, at least till we took care of it. It's still, they'd like to get you. So even if you are a nurse practitioner or have other credentials like PhD, master's degree, you cannot practice as a nutritionist. Sweetheart, it's the same everywhere. Right now, the state of Florida, now, we found where that can't be, so we won that. But still right now, the state thinks that if you're a beautician, you can practice naturopathy. But a naturopath can't practice naturopathy. You see, this world has gotten so negative and so narcissistic and so out of balance that it's time for every one of us to stand up with truth, honesty, integrity, and get yourselves well and start healing all these other people, your friends and everybody. And so we're going to show the world just how stupid they are by our healings, by our actions. Not by just idle words, by actions. So, Karen, get rid of your idle words and go after your problem and get rid of it, because you got a serious problem, sweetheart. Don't sweat the small stuff. If you have a problem, call us. You already give a discount. So go after your problems instead of going after people who are trying to help you. That doesn't serve anybody any good to kill the messenger. And if you don't know who we are by now, then maybe it's time to go somewhere else, because you know who we are. We're God people. We have nothing to hide here. A lot of you have been in here. We're trying to help the world here. We're trying to let everybody become one with us. That is not trying to throw you guys away by overcharging things and stuff like that. It doesn't exist in our world. We've been known to be quite the opposite. But we have to charge something. We have lost very qualified nutritionists from this state because they weren't dietitians who knew squat about. I'm right with you, sweetie. You are right on, Paula. And all I can say, sweetheart, is be strong. Forget the word nutrition. Forget the word diseases. Forget all this. You're in a health club or you're working with people's health issues. I like the club better. You're on a detox program. I don't know what else you can say. It's not good out there, and what they don't realize, and that's part about the unconscious state of God, is that it hurts itself. These people are only hurting themselves and all the other people that they're setting up their lunches and their suppers and their breakfasts in nursing homes, hospitals. God, it's a mess. How many people don't leave? I mean, I told you this before, giving a barbecued beef sandwich with French fries in ICU post MI, heart attack. Somebody's got some screws loose. But that's the way it is. In the 21st century, or what they call the 21st century on this planet. Not quite even close to it. All right, this is Crosby. Hi, Dr. Morse. My brother Paul has shown me your videos, and I am excited about getting healthy. Go, Paul, go. Or I'll just say A. Crosby. I have two friends, one who has pleurisy and the other who has celiac disease. Is there anything they can do, eat or drink, that can help them recover? Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And the first of all is you've got to get in and start to detox. You start to get the kidneys filtering. Get those adrenals up. Get the kidneys filtering. It's going to go into the lungs. It's going to go everywhere in the body and start repairing it. You're going to clean up the gut. You're gonna get all this plaque off the walls. You're gonna start getting absorption up. You're gonna start cleaning the lungs and getting all the interstitial levels of the body cleaned out. All this inflammation, all this mucus, all the things that are causing the symptoms here in both cases. Not difficult cases here, by the way. Good cases for them to take care of themselves. But you see these problems all over the place, which is too bad here. This is Mickey. Love your videos. Thanks, sweetheart. Oh, this is Mike. Mikey. That's it. Mikey. I have lipomas, tumors mostly on my arm. A lot of people get these. They almost look like dragon's backs. That's just high acidosis. Fix your adrenal glands. Start detoxifying. Get away from any other fat eating that you're doing. Get on your fruits and your vegetables. These will go down slower than a regular benign or cancerous tumor. They're lipids, they're fatty tumors, but they'll go down and they'll melt away. And that's what you want to do, because the chances of you seeing a lot more lipid problems in the body are high, and this is all acidosis. And so you want to correct that and get that out of there. What would you recommend? Yeah, and clean yourself. Get your kidneys filtering. Get your adrenals up. Get your kidneys filtering. Get to that bowel. Clean that bowel up. Start getting the lymph nodes filtering. Get everybody moving. And then you'll start hydrating, and all these lipid tumors will melt away and come out of there. So that'll be very helpful for you. Here, this is Gene Watt. Hey, Gene, doesn't fruit have too much pectin or fructose or some kind of sugar? Yeah. Well, you know, if you kind of believe in what the propaganda is out there, you might think that, but it has nothing to do with it. If you were going to say what has too much sugar in it, bread, any starch, breads, grains, potatoes. Way too much sugars. Fruit is simple sugar, remember that. And then doesn't sugar feed fungus at most? Yeah, you're going to have to review these videos, sweetheart, to get your answer on that, because I've covered this so many times before, dear. This is James. Great video. Thanks, James. I don't know which one you were looking at here. You seem like the best, most knowledgeable doctor. Oh, thanks. Well, you know what? I don't know about the knowledgeable in terms of, you know, academics. I've read tens of thousands of books. I've studied. I've you know, degreed up, stuff like that. But you know what? Our education came from you guys more than anything. Through my years of working with other people, I just tell you what I see and what we've experienced. Outside of that, there's questions that we're all going to find out together. And that's what I love about this. Some of you guys that are really tearing this up, like Dimitri, you guys are unbelievable. And you're learning what I've learned. You know, you really learn when you sit in a practitioner seat and you start working on people. That's when you really start learning what's up. Because most of this is pretty simple, you got to admit. Simplicity is hard for the intellectual mind to take. And that's why some people are hard to take this simplicity. But we must turn to simplicity. We've got the intellectual side down enough. Without the lack of spirituality, that's why we have so much narcissism and so much I'm better than you type of thinking, and that you're different, I'm going to kill you, you're a Muslim, you're a Jew, you're this, you're that. It's like, oh my God, we're all here, we all come out of the Godhead, please. You know, but this level of creation is not very evolved in consciousness. And so the mind rules here more than consciousness. And that's why you see such a lack of spirituality growing quite a bit. And it's part of the game here. And you'll know why. Hopefully I'll be able to shed some light with that spiritual video coming up. There are some of you probably won't like it, but don't be offended by it, though. You just go on, because you want the health part of this. Those that are not interested in spirituality, those that are, we're going to go. We got a lot going on in the God worlds, and your dreams should. A lot of you should see us in your dreams. You should see a lot going on here. There's a lot going on. You actually go to the root problem rather than symptoms. Plus, you understand the spiritual. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that, James. Do you have any suggestions for ulcers? Well, ulcers, of course, are caused from acids. So you can have ulcers from hydrochloric acid not being neutralized by the bicarbonate in the pancreas. So you would have to fix the pancreas, stay away from proteins, and not initiate hydrochloric acid as much. The other side of this is that some ulcers are the burn from lymph. So changing your diet to a raw food diet, working on the pancreas if you're having acid reflux, true acid reflux from low bicarbonate in the body. But again, a lot of ulcerations come from inside, where you're burning interstitially from high acidosis. So either way, your body's too acidic, and you want to start moving into that base side and pulling more base chemistry into your body, cooling everything down, allowing healing to take place. Go into your adrenals, get your steroids up, get your neurotransmitters up, get the kidneys turned on, start filtering your lymph. All that acid will start coming out of the body. Comes out in the form of mucus, of course, as part of it. And so all this comes out, and then an ulceration will heal. If this is an ulceration of the stomach, there's so many things you can take. The Heal All Tea, the stomach and bowel formulas, aloe vera, just get a plant and take the leaves and just have you about 2 ounces of fresh aloe vera, or buy out a good quality aloe vera gel, things like that. So many things to heal ulcers. They're easy to heal up. Real easy. But you got to stay away from all proteins and stuff, James. You got to stay away from those because those initiate hydrochloric acid. When you got an acid, the potential to have an ulcer is there, or potential to have a cancer cell is there, if you don't stop that acid, if you don't keep that base balance. And so you just keep working on it. Just change your diet to at least a 70 to 80% raw. Fruits, berries, melons, maybe a salad a day. And then if you want some steamed or cooked vegetables and stuff, but you got to stay away from the tough foods, the nuts, the beans, the proteins, and let these ulcerated areas heal up. I have every kind of ulcer. I have every kind of ulcer of the digestive tract, and they occasionally bleed. Well, the negative part of this is that could be from that interstitial lymphatic constipation. In other words, in the wall where your cells are, your lymph system isn't filtering. Those acids from the cells are just sitting there chewing on that bowel wall, and that's burning from the inside out, ulcerating from the inside out. That you got to get rid of, and sooner the better, my friend, because that can lead you down to bowel cancer. That's not a good road to be on. Of course, this also suggests malabsorption. So you really want to handle that. Get on the bowel formulas. There's plenty of great herbs here. Get on the GI broom. Start opening this up. If your ulcers are bleeding, you can use the bleeding formula to stop the bleeding. And then just start healing. Use healing herbs. The bones formula, the Heal All Tea capsules, stomach and bowel capsules. We've got so many things that heals also. But remember, if this is all through the gut, it's probably interstitial burn. But you want to stay away from proteins anyway. But this is where you got to get into your lymph system and start getting it to filter. That's very important, and that'll all come out, my friend, and you'll be good to go. Very important to do this because of where this is going to take you if you're not careful. I've only been able to eat fruits and vegetables, and I'm very currently drinking a liter of cabbage juice a day, and it seems to be helping, but is there anything else I can do? Well, I would get rid of the cabbage juice, just because you run the risk of too much gas and stuff, and I would pound the aloe vera, the stomach and bowel formulas, number one, if you're moving well. I would also use Heal All capsules or Heal All tea. I would get fresh aloe vera and cut those leaves, cut the mucousy stuff. Real strong healer. But remember, and what you're saying, my personal opinion is you're burning from the inside out. Very common stuff. That is going to do some work, meaning you got to get your kidneys filtering, and you see how your body won't accept anything else. You start doing protein, you're going to go, oh, that's not good. So I would shift and go into that, into the herbs that heal and soothe. At the same time, you got to start thinking about the cause of this problem, the lymphatic system, and start moving that, getting that filter through your kidneys, and then all those acids will come out, the ulcerations will heal, and you'll be good. And I mean, this is a good kind of good, because it'll last you probably a lifetime. Right now, you're at a high risk for problems. So you want to take care of that, my friend. But thanks for the question. All right. This is DELP, Henny. Adam. Hey, Adam. Thanks for answering my carob question last time. I just got some carob hazelnut spread and I'm loving it. Yeah, I know. That sounds good. That's a problem. There's so many good things you can make. I mean, that's what happened to me. I just started going, oh, health food stores. Oh, this is good. This is good. Mix this. This is good. Yeah, I know it. That's the problem in life. Even all the natural stuff can be good. And putting them together right, it's good. Tastes just like chocolate to me. Absolutely. Now, I was telling you, we were doing the carob pods. They aren't so good. I mean, they're just pods, dried pods. But it was a thing back then. It was like nasty, but I used to sell them. Not too many people bought them, though. Only those diehards like us bought them. I went on the Glycerin therapy, juicing mainly now. Good, good, good. For a long time, I had no clue I had dental fluorosis until I recently compared my teeth and images with teeth on people's images, on Google Images. I since found that that is the case and recently had some x-rays done because of some pain, and it seems my skeletal structure is not the best. Well, keep in mind, I'm having dental problems too. This is all about the lymph. Not draining. And for those without tonsils, that's even more a problem because you're going to have more teeth problems because all this just runs with the lymph. You got lymph nodes under here, lymph nodes here, lymph nodes here. And so this all has to drain. All the teeth, all the gums, these are all cells. The bone, these are all cells. Cells eliminate waste. And these wastes are acids, just like the liver, just like the pancreas. So if you don't clean the interstitial, you don't get this to drain, your sinuses to drain, the gums recede, the teeth break down, and then they start eating fruit and blame the fruit. But, you can work on that. But this goes back to your lymph system again. And you got your receding hairline. So take a look at this. As if you, Adam, look at your receding hairline. Now that's telling you that this problem isn't just here. Remember we say this is a systemic problem? This problem just isn't in your jaw, man. This problem is in your head. You want to get this out of here. You want to clean. If you want to do this right, you got to move lymph. You got to start draining. Work on your back. Do those neurolymphatic points. Start opening up these channels to start draining this head and sinuses because you can have quite some other problems here like, honey, where did I park the car? Dementia, Alzheimer's, all these type of problems like this. And that's what you see with the hair receding there. I since found that in the case it recently had I recently had a gum infection and cured it with MMS, Miracle Mineral Solution, that I made myself at home using citric acid and sea salt. This has been helping my teeth as well as fighting cavities. After that infection, but always remember this, guys, always keep your mouth alkaline. Always keep your saliva alkaline. That's essential because acid saliva, acid mouth breaks down teeth and everything else. Like acid anything breaks down everything. So good work. After the infection is over, I vowed to myself to create. Now, infection. I want you to think about what infection really is. When we talk infection, let's bring in another word with the word infection. Let's bring in the word sewage. Because sewage and infection should go together. Because in reality, infection is sewage backed up. Not bacterium. They're in there. Are already in there. They're in there trying to break down your sewage for you. But when you're not filtering and sewage keeps backing up, like a sanitation department on strike that doesn't collect one day, doesn't collect the next day, doesn't collect the next day, doesn't collect the next day. So sewage keeps building up and building up and building up. And that's what happens to people. When they lose their filtration, sewage backs up. Ever how slowly, ever how fast. Depends on the person's diet to how fast this is going to get them. And so some people takes a while, other people not so long. So all of this is important to think about and to realize that infection simply means culturing medium, which means terrain, which means your lymphatic system. And this goes right back to the receding hairline, goes back to your teeth, goes back to all of this, my friend. So this is what you're dealing with. You've got to get in and actually move a gigantic sewer system and get all this out, or you'll just have it back. You'll just have it back because this MMS doesn't cure anything. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, your mineral solution is okay to see some stimulated improvement, but you'll see if you stop it, it'll all come right back. And so you'll see what I mean when you do that. But it's better to go in. And there's another one, help keeping my breath as well, fighting cavities. Keep in mind, this is a systemic problem, and I would clean my whole bowels out. I'd clean my kidneys and adrenals. I'd go after it in that way. I vowed to myself to create a body in which disease could not survive. Then you got to really get in and get your lymph system, my friend. Get your hair back growing, all that sort of thing. So I stopped eating meat and switched to the Glycerin therapy. Now I juice a whole lot and was curious what fruits and vegetables are great bone builders. Well, I want to say that I'm going to say that your greens are probably better bone builders. I'm going to say, although I've seen incredible regeneration of skeletal systems on fruit, unbelievable regeneration of the skeletal system on fruit. So I can't tell you, but if you were going by chemistry, you'd probably say that vegetables have more of a power on structure, where your fruits have more power on nerve, brain, cleansing, that sort of thing. But I tell you, I've seen incredible bone regeneration with just fruit diets, so I don't know what to say about it. I like the herbs, throw them in there to help with that. But again, think about the parathyroid and bone building. Think about the medium of why you're losing tissue, and that's going back to acids in the lymph system there. I need to regain my bones, especially the inside of them. It feels like I am hollow inside, but I am very sensitive to these things. Also, I use and can recommend using a bracelet of bloodstone to purify the blood when going through an infection. Well, that's a good idea. Bloodstone, strong gem. But you got to work on your lymph system. Look at your hairline and everything else. Go deeper into your thinking about the lymph system, and you'll get that. Nepostarnik? Well, you guys give me a twist, my friend. I'm sorry to not looking into hours of your videos. That's okay. I wouldn't do it either. That's a long time. You guys are just diehard, beautiful souls. But did you already talk about how the anxiety is caused works? Just a fun fact. It is incredible how many anxiety stops when I switch to sleep mode, and curious after I think of it. Interesting. I was out there moving trees for lunch. Hot out. Anxiety. Always the adrenals, my friend. The nervous system. When the nervous system's down, your emotions are down. Your nervous system is tied right into your emotions, tied right into the adrenal glands, tied right into the astral body. And so very much tied into your desires, your feelings. Your nervous system is about feelings. And so all of this is tied together. So you always want to know that when you're in an anxiety-ridden mode, that your adrenals are down. Now, there's another time that you can have that, and that's if you're subjected yourself to a lot of neurotoxins, like pesticides, herbicides. Let's say that you had real weak adrenals, and you were eating a salad in a restaurant and they forgot to wash the pesticides off of it. You could, if you're really low in your neurological system, you could go into an anxiety attack just eating a salad. I did. When I poisoned myself, I was way down there. Remember I told you I had to think to breathe? Well, I was eating a salad. They were supposed to wash the pesticides off, they told me. This is a salad bar with organic stuff on it. And as I was eating, I started to get short of breath more and more. I started going anxiety. I know I said, they didn't wash this. It's full of pesticides. So you just have to, you just have to be aware of things. I don't know what to say about it. This is Das. Okay, about 25 minutes in, he says, don't worry about losing a little weight. What if you already did? 3 years ago and haven't been able to get it back? 83 pounds and 12 foods. Holy crap. Man, I'm sorry, Das. Probably not the best place to begin a diet like this. I like his can-do attitude, though. Do you think I can? I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. And you should say you knew you could. Because this is what you have to work on. And I don't know what to say about it, guys. This is real small at 83 pounds. We have them. I have to say that this is where, for you healers out there, this is where you get into that catch-22, where you've got very thin people, very malabsorbed people, the bowels are a mess, and you got to go in and fix it. And when you go in and fix it, they're going to, they can lose a little more. There's only so much you're going to lose anyway, and you're going to cap off there. And so the thing about that is, remember though, when you're pumping in all the goodies, all the nutrition, all the fruits, the berries, the melons, the salads, the herbs, you're getting a power pack of nutrition. You're not starving. So why the thinness? And that's where you have to take a look at your absorption. You have to take a look at that. And the pancreas. If you have pancreatic problems, you're not going to be real big either. And you can have both. For sure have both. And even hepatic liver. Because systemically, lymph, branches of the tree. Remember, the liver's a branch. The pancreas is the branch of the tree, guys. And so when everything's backed up lymphatically, so are the branches. And so you can have several of these problems, but you have to tear into this in some way. If you want to have avocados and some coconuts to keep the weight up a little bit while you're detoxifying, we can juggle a little bit that way. But and you might go slower, but you really want to fix this because of all the other things besides thinness that this leads to. Because remember, this is acidosis. And that just doesn't stay thin. You start getting into the cancers of the bowels and all this other stuff because of acid. So I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I know this is tough on you, but there's no easy answer for that one with any practitioner, because you can't put on weight. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You don't get your pudding until you eat your meat. And that's the problem, is you got to clean this lymph system out and get yourself opened up so you can start absorbing and fixing why you're so thin now. And that's part of the problem. And that's a problem for all you healers out there. And the only way you can halfway balance that is with maybe some avocados, like I said, some coconuts, and try to maintain some weight at the same time. Try to clean that lymph system out. Try to get absorption up. And that's all I can tell you. Because if you put on weight, you're going to the only way you're going to put on weight is fat. I can tell you right now, because if you're this thin, you have malabsorption, you're not going to put on muscle. You're going to put on fat. You want to put on fat, then you're going to eat all the starches, which are all acid foods, basically. So you're going to acidify the body more. They're mucus forming, so you're going to get a lot of mucus out of it. As fungal food, so you're going to have a lot more fungal problems, candida problems, for the sake of putting on some fat. It would be better to take the time, stay inside, whatever. I mean, go out and get your sun. But I mean, take off down the road and get well. That's the only hint I have for you, because this is a big problem that a lot of people have, and I have no easy solution for you. It's hard to compromise one without another, and turn that I think I can into I know I could. You just have to work on it. That's easier said than done. I know that. Dr. Morse, I took your advice and started eating fruits, berries, and melons and started the infrared sauna treatments. By the way, at first I didn't sweat. You were right. Took 3 visits to sweat. Now I sweat like a pig. Ooh, good work. Good work. This is GV Lone Guy 2. Yeah, absolutely. Took 3 visits to sweat. But I need your recommendation for what to get on your site for the lymphatic herbs. Well, if it was me, you got to have the kidneys and adrenals. When you think lymph, add the kidney and adrenals, because that's your door. That's your doorway to the outside world. You don't open the door, nothing else is going to happen inside, just moving everybody around like a good massage. Open the door, kidney and adrenals. That's why we show these nice pictures that people send us in here. Fill the boot. Fill the cup. That thick sediment down here, that thick sediment right down here. You want to see sediment in your urine and start filtering and getting that door open there. And that's best. So I'd recommend, I always run with a liquid lymphatic and a capsule lymphatic. So if you notice now, we've got 8 lymphatics, actually a little more. So we got lymphatic 1, lymph node 1. Lymphatics are all in capsules, lymph nodes are all in liquids. They're the strongest. So lymphatics are in capsules, lymph nodes are in liquids. So I do 1 and 1. Kidneys, I go 1 capsule, 1 liquid, 1 capsule, 1 liquid. I do 2 kidneys and 2 lymphatics until we start to see sewage coming out. When we start to see sewage, then we can back down on the lymphatics, or definitely back down on the kidney formulas. I also got to go into the adrenal glands, so you either use the adrenal tincture, you can use the endocrine gland tinctures, you can use the capsules, or you can go to the glandulars. The adrenal glandulars are very popular. They're very strong. They definitely help you real easy there. That turns on the kidneys, and you got your lymph system. Always work on the bowels with that. Stomach and bowel formula. Work with the GI tract, the GI broom. Start cleaning your body out that way, bro. Have the girls or someone in here help you and set you up on a protocol. We do 14-week protocols for $150. I do each one personally, and take off that way, and you're going to be good. Yeah. Well, now that you got your skin sweating, now you can clean that out and clean everybody out. That's good. Check your basal temperatures under your arm, though, man, for your basal temperature. Let's see if your thyroid is a little low. If you're too cold, you don't sweat well, so it's something to look at. Colorado highest. Yeah. Thanks for making these videos. Thank you for writing this. I appreciate it. You know, no one's perfect on this planet. You guys, we're all just trying to survive here. So I think we've got a great team here. You guys are kicking the butt out of this. And the people you're healing up, we're healing up. I mean, this is what this planet needs. It's what it has to have. And we're here to give it to it. So stand tall, stand strong, and don't be bullied by states. You know, there is your deprivation of rights. And that's real important. You know, that they can't come in and do that. But at the same time, to keep yourself from having to hassle with that, you have to stay away from some words. I think that most of the people just aren't willing to do the work it takes to get well. And this is true, my friend. This is true. But as a healer, your job is to excite them about it because it makes them feel good. But you can't excite someone unless you feel good. I mean, I'm 63 and I can still work most young people in the ground. So, I mean, I'm always out in the gardens. I'm always digging. I'm always fencing. I'm always doing things. So, you know, it's just, you got to get out and get some sun and get that body working and, you know, all the things that are true. You got a certain percentage of the day you want to rest. You have a certain percentage of the day you want to play. You have a certain percentage of the day you want to work. And a certain percentage of the day that you eat. And then you sleep. Have fun. Don't make it all, you know, this world is just hard and banging people. And it's like, no, relax, take it easy. You'll get your health back. That's the beauty of the body. It's the beauty of God and nature. It rebuilds. So we can stop and rebuild, but we got to now because too many more generations down the pikes and maybe humans would have to terminate and a whole new species develop because genetically speaking, wouldn't be any foundation to build on anymore. That's what's happening. And so that's why it's so important to understand we can rebuild genetic memories and stuff. Or at least the original memories. I think that most, let me see here. I just want a pill. I just finished 5 months on a specific Dr. Morse herbal protocol, 100% fruit diet, and my elbow, knee, and shoulder are no longer in pain. Yeah! My stomach isn't sour, my intestines no longer hurt, and I'm no longer constipated. I still have a way to go, but this is a pretty good start. Good job, bro. 2 thumbs up. That's what it takes. I mean, just have a little faith like this guy, take off, and you're on the Colorado high, baby. Let's see, I was born with a large birthmark on my right arm. It goes from my fingertips to the last 2 fingers and wraps around my arm to the top of my shoulder and a few spots on my breast. Wow, that's interesting. In certain spots, as my fingers and my tricep area, it is swollen like lymph. I was wondering if I could get on your lymph formulas and eat all fruit. Is it possible to go away or swelling? Definitely for the swelling to go down. I would be quite interesting to see because she shows us some pictures here. This is Kate, and Kate's showing us some pictures here. So, I'd be intrigued, Kate. I'd be intrigued if you dug deep into your body. You know the swelling's going to go out, but I would be intrigued if you could reverse that skin pigmentation issue. That'd be neat to see that. But the swelling definitely is going to be lymph. And you might bring up an interesting question about birthmarks and things, relationship to lymph, acidosis, and stuff like that. You know, what we just don't know. My God. Just so many stuff. There's so much stuff out here. And picture on my left to show the size difference. Yeah, there's definitely lymphedema in your. Is this your right arm? No. Yeah, lymphedema in your right arm. Yeah, you definitely have lymphedema in there. So I would definitely, that means it's this right kidney too. So that means you want to get that kidney filter. You're going to get both of them anyway. Clean this, let these lymph nodes drain so this arm can drain out into that kidney, and that ought to reduce that arm. Outside of that, going deeper about birthmarks, I don't know. That'd be cool. But the swelling, you want to get that out of there. That is significant of the right kidney, so you want to get that out of there. I'm actually out of time. Daggone it. And there's so many things I wanted to get to, but you know what? I'm good now. We're going to start, I'll catch up with all your questions here in the next few days, hopefully. And, I just hate it when I can't answer your questions quick enough, but there's been so many things going on, so many things. So I look forward to seeing a lot of you in our next class. Thank you all that attended our level 2. We learned so much, how we're going to do them from now on. And so it's all a big learning curve. All I have to say is that you guys are proving over and over again the reality of God, the reality of healing, the reality of fresh foods, the reality of this, and how important that is. And so I appreciate you. I love you all so much. And you keep working on it. Don't sweat the small stuff. If you have a problem with herbs or something, call up here. You don't have to make a scandal. Call up here. But we love you all, and we're all just trying to help you get well. That's all we're here for. No bad karma, all good karma. Yeah. All right. I love you guys. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.